Oh, you know, guys, I'm actually kind of depressed. You know, do we have any Star Wars fans out here? Star Wars, yeah, really, that's it. So you guys remember May the 4th was Star Wars Day, and like California made it an official holiday and everything. Well, that same day, the guy who played Chewbacca died. Did you hear that? So I'm like really sad, you know, because like I went to see the originals in the theaters and shit. I was 8 years old and got, you know, so I grew up with Chewbacca. So it's like a really big thing for me. So if you guys could just indulge me for just a few minutes, or a few seconds, we'll just have a quick, brief moment of silence for Chewbacca. Can we do that? Yeah, you know, okay. Brief moment of silence for Chewbacca. Wait for it. Let us pray. Amen. Tonight's first reading is from the Old Testament, New Urban Version. Please open your titles to Genesis track 1. Way back on Jump Street, it was darker than a motherfucker up in this piece. And so the G.O.D. came on down, looked all around, dropped the beat and said, "Light it up!" And it was lit. And then came the water, and then came the trees, and then came the birds, and then came the bees, and then came Adam, and out popped Eve, and it was lit. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. Amen. Let the church say ayo. I've always wanted to do that. Thank you. Thank you for indulging me. Yeah. Any Catholics here? Me? No? Me? Just me? I'm what you call a lapsed Catholic. And I went to Catholic school and everything, which is, you understand, right? When everybody else had pep rallies and assembly, we had mass. Yeah. So, you know, as a performer, you start, you know, you learn lines and stuff, and you wonder why the priest is always reading this shit all the time. It's like, you know, take this, all of you. You know, and so I would start to recite it along with the priest during the mass, and then like the vice principal would come over, a big mountain of a dude with a big robe on. Mr. G, we appreciate your faith, but please let Father Dennis conduct the mass if you don't mind. Yes, brother, thank you. So, you know, when you're around that stuff a lot, you start to think of weird shit, and I always think of weird shit anyway, just because I'm a weird guy. I prefer strange though. You know, and then you know, like the mass is symbolism, like you know, the communion part where they do, you know, the bread and the wine and stuff. It's supposed to symbolize the Last Supper, right? You know, when Jesus was there and all the dudes right before he died. So, you know, and then like in the mass, like after they give out communion, like you see like the main priest kind of sits back, and all the little under priests like clean up everything. I call it doing the holy dishes. So, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, that's got to symbolize something too. So here's my thought. See, the Last Supper was probably at some brick and mortar restaurant, because that was back when you didn't have to call them brick and mortar restaurants, because there was no other kind. And they probably didn't have enough money to pay the bill. So all the disciples, all the apostles had to like wash the dishes and shit just to, you know, it's like, come on man, it's Jesus' last night. You know, we can't make him wash dishes at his going away party. Mary Magdalene's got some bitches lined up for him and everything. It's gonna be great, come on man. Because Mary Magdalene was a bottom bitch. She was a good bottom bitch, yes. I know I'm going to hell, it's okay. I was told that my whole life pretty much, because that's what they tell you when you're a Catholic. Welcome to the world, you're going to hell. Yes. So I'm not scared. And besides, my comedy idol, the great Sam Kinison, said, if you know you're going to miss heaven, don't just miss it by 2 inches, miss that fucker by a mile. So, yeah. Jerry Lee Lewis said, if I'm going to hell, I'm going playing the piano. So, I'm going telling dirty Bible jokes. So, it's all good. It's okay, you know, so. And you know, when you get older, you start to like, you know, you gotta like face your mortality, because you know, like, especially like when my dad died a couple of years ago, it's like that drives it home for you. But none of it really drove home as hard as on my 50th birthday, which was just this past February. Thank you. Woo! Congratulations, you didn't die. I got my membership package to AARP. It's like, I didn't get a birthday card from anybody, but AARP sends me a membership package. Great. Somebody's thinking of me. Yeah, and then it's, you know, they keep sending it every 2 weeks if you don't sign up, and then they throw in like little incentives, and there's this one that's like, if you activate your membership today, we'll throw in this free wireless speaker. Yay, so I'm gonna have some little thing listening to me, playing ads for like Cialis and retirement homes, just waiting for the day that I finally scream out, I've fallen and I can't get up! Oh, leave me on the floor, let me die. It's just, everything is so different now, you know? And I gotta tell you, you know, everybody talks about like, you know, oh, you old white dude, you're the devil, you hate everything, you're racist, blah, blah, blah. No. I'm the woke generation, okay? I grew up on Sesame Street and shit. So I'm cool, I'm down, I'm with it, I'm hip, yeah, but you gotta give me a break because, I may not quite know chapter and verse about something that was just a thing 5 minutes ago. So give me a few minutes to catch up, okay? That's all I ask, just chill, relax, get off my lawn. But what really actually drove it home, it's one of those things where it's like life stops and you can't start, life goes on and you can't stop. It was the day I became a grandfather. Another cheap ploy for applause for a grandfather? No? Yeah, 50 years old and I'm a grandfather. And everybody likes to say things like, oh, you're such a young grandfather, that's great, which is really a nice, polite way of saying, your 18-year-old daughter got pregnant and had a baby. You failed as a father. Do I get a pass if I didn't raise her? I didn't know she was my daughter until she was 8. Maybe? I don't know. You know how it works. You took biology in high school, right? 10 bagels and a slot B. Do the math. 2 vacationing strangers meet up in a hotel bar in New Orleans and go shot for shot, wake up next to each other naked the next morning. What happens? Surprise! So yeah. But the best part about the future, if I want to end on a positive note, is the way that legalization has kind of taken over and it's become mainstream and everybody's like, all on board with it. The taboo is gone now. So I can just wait. I'm just waiting to see when GlaxoSmithKline or one of those like pharmaceutical companies starts doing one of those commercials for medical marijuana. It's like, like 2 kids in like hemp t-shirts, weaving baskets or something, and like a waterfall's behind them, and there's like light guitar music playing, and some dude in a white lab coat comes out and says, medical marijuana is an effective treatment for chronic pain, more so than opioid painkillers. If you're hurting and it, smoke some weed. If you're hurting and it, smoke some weed. If you're hurting and it, and the pills will really blow it. If you're hurting and it, smoke some weed. Medical marijuana is also an effective treatment for anxiety and depression. If you can't get out of bed, smoke some weed. If you can't get out of bed, smoke some weed. If you can't get out of bed, cause it's life you truly dread. If you can't get out of bed, smoke some weed. Medical marijuana is proven to be safe for long-term and heavy usage. If you smoke and then feel better, smoke some more. If you smoke and then feel better, smoke some more. If you smoke and then feel better, smoking more is even better. If you smoke and then feel better, smoke some more. I'm MattG, and if you like what you see, tell the haters what they're missing. Peace.